Hey guys, so we have another unboxing from Avalon Bay. This time it is the air fryer, which I'm kind of intrigued about. I actually like to deep fry things when we have rabbit and mostly rabbit. We really like to deep fry the rabbit and it's delicious, but I don't have any rabbit to cook right now, so we're just going to try a chicken recipe. And what it's supposed to do is take the little bit of oil that you like spritz on it and use that to make a crispy outside, rather than having to have it immersed in deep fat. So it's a neat option for those who are trying to cut down on grease. Personally, when I'm on the farm, the more grease the better. You burn a lot of calories on the farm, or if you're in a survival situation, you burn a lot of calories. So the more calories the better. But when you're in town, maybe not moving as much, maybe you feel like you need to cut back. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this. Now, I do not make money with these guys. They send me their products. I get to try them out. And if I didn't like them, I would kick them to the curb, go take them to the secondhand store. And I keep thinking that I'll do that with everything they send me. And then I'm like, hey, that's cool. I need that in my life. So my tiny house is getting smaller by the minute because of all the Avalon Bay stuff. Very heavy duty cord, so this must be a power hog. Plug it in and see if it talks to me. My cuckoo talks to me when I plug her in. Let's see, so they have a little bit of a vent in the back right there. I'm just gonna play with it for a second and see. Okay, so that must be, what is that? Why is that there? That must just be a handle, because it doesn't seem to pop up or anything. And then that opens. Oh, okay. So let's show you that. It has a heating element on the up side. So there's the heating element. It feels like it should come out, but it's not coming out. Okay, time for instructions. Alright. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay, so now we can clean it. Important, important. We're going to take off the tape. Okay guys, it took a long time for that chicken to thaw and I had a little bit of a nap, so if I look a little bit rough, I feel way better. So you're just gonna have to see me in my post-nap stage. Okay, so the breading recipe that I have is from paleorunningmama.com, and I'll put the link in the description below. But today I'm not testing the recipe, so I'm not gonna show you how I made the breading. Instead, I'm just going to show you how the cooker works. And maybe I'll do a series later about top paleo Pinterest recipes or something like that. So this is a grain-free breading. And the recipe inside the little air fryer is called Southwest Chicken Tenders. Okay, so it wants me to use mayonnaise. Okay, so we'll try mayonnaise first. Really weird. There's our mayonnaise. There is our breading. I'm a little scared. Okay. So, chicken. That's so gross. But they say it doesn't taste like mayonnaise. So, we're gonna do it up and see what we think of it. A trick that I have from binging with Babish is use one hand for your wet and one hand for your dry. Once completely covered, begin coating the chicken tenders one at a time with the bread crust. Place coated chicken in air fryer basket. Do not overcrowd the chicken. Add 3 to 4 tenders per batch. Air fry for 15 minutes at 360. Alright, we're going to turn it on, and it's going to be 15. $18 minutes. And I think it's on. Pause it. And I'm going to pull it out. And that's what we're looking at so far. I'm going to turn those over. Hopefully that doesn't mess them up, but it said they want things shaken. So I don't think it looks like it makes any difference on these ones. Okay, so start over again. And we're going to take it back up to 10 minutes because it said that it takes a minute for it to heat back up. So we got 10 minutes left now. Well, I wonder if this mayonnaise is going to go bad before I can start the next batch. Okay, it smells pretty good. We have 1 minute left. I'm going to put it out on this to let it cool while I put the next batch in. And they look pretty good. So I'm going to take them out. I wonder if a little more mayo would have been in order, just because it looks like they didn't fully, some of the breadcrumbs look like they didn't fully get saturated. And there we go, that's what it looks like. It's cooled down quite a bit. Okay, so let's have a conversation. So the chicken is thoroughly cooked. There's no pink. No pink at all. And it's kind of ribbed the way that fried chicken would be ribbed.
That looks so good.
Here, come stand in front of me so they can see your little face. Do you actually like it? Okay, but don't turn away from the camera.
Oh.
Alright.
Can I have a piece?
Yep. So I'm amazed that it would cook that quickly. Do you want to go get Dad?
Chicken nuggets, aren't
They weren't tiny pieces. I think at this point I find the breading intense. I'm not used to chicken tenders, like fried chicken tenders, being intense. So the flavor here is intense. It did have Italian seasoning in it. It did have peppers in it. But it's good. I would almost be inclined to try the recipe that came with the book and see if there was a difference there. But that was super fast. That was 18 minutes to have that chicken finished. Yeah, I feel like the breading is a little bit flaky as far as like it's coming off a little bit. But I am using it, I did put it on with mayo instead of the eggs. And so maybe if I put the eggs on, the breading will adhere to the chicken a little better. The Italian the Italian seasoning in it gives it a very kind of in your nose flavor. Kind of like a Dorito. Can I say that? So it tastes like a fried chicken Dorito, which might be a good thing.
You want to get my reaction?
Yeah, the chicken's right there, so just turn and pick up a piece and tell me what you think.
If you don't eat all, then I'll finish it. I love it.
It is good, huh? I feel it tastes like a Dorito, the breading itself, but the chicken is cooked.
Chicken is cooked. I think it tastes really good. It tastes like it's a very light version of breaded chicken.
Right.
Of KFC's original recipe or whatever.
And what I like is crunchy. I like crunchy breaded chicken. And I need to look at the recipe and see if that's how it's intended to come out. That does taste like a very, I wouldn't say that it tastes fried to me.
Right.
Fried is not the word that I would use for it because it doesn't have that really crisp outer crunch.
It tastes like shake and bake.
I don't
Shake and
even
bake
know
chicken.
what shake and bake is.
Can I have the last one?
It is, shake and bake is the low-fat, non-fried version.
Is it?
Of
Okay.
kind of what you did.
Well, I am amazed that it took 15 minutes to cook it. That part kind of wows me a little bit because of how fast it was. Do you want to sit down, Kai, and give him the cliff notes on what you think?
I gotta sit down.
It tastes like fried chicken. It's paleo, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's paleo.
I'm not sure she's ever had real fried chicken, so that might be one of the reasons that she's a little bit excited about it.
It is so good.
Okay, so we're gonna try and see what is going on with these ones. The chicken is still done really well. I think I like the one with the egg better. It doesn't have that like kind of dried out fried chicken texture. It's moister. So I can't tell a difference in flavor as far as what it tastes like, but the consistency of the meat is nicer with the egg. In my opinion, it still doesn't really taste like fried chicken. It doesn't taste like it was fried. What it is, what it does make me think of is something that wasn't roasted. It obviously had air circulating around it, so it's a dry cook, not a moist cook, as far as it's not going to be dripping juice when you're ready to eat it. Instead, it's more of a crisp, done food. You would never be able to get that kind of cook in a crock pot, and it definitely wouldn't be that fast. So if you're into fast cooking, if you are not a huge fan of fried foods, because I don't think this reminds me of fried foods. If you want a super fast cook, especially with meat, that was so fast. And it's full of flavor. It's not dripping in grease. You don't have the mess of having cooked with a lot of lard or oil or whatever. I think that it's actually pretty neat. It's very fast. It reminds me of like a rice cooker type of just fast, made for what it does, but you get a very definite, distinguished product. And so that I like it. It's not, in my opinion, it's not like real fried food. It's just kind of on its own. It is definitely air cooked. It doesn't have the crisp crunch of something that was deep fat fried. But I like it. I do think that the breading would be pretty good if you fried it on the stove. I think it just needs a little bit of actual oil saturated in it and a little bit higher outside cooking temperature. I think the chicken would be too dry if it didn't have the breading on it. But this particular recipe, the one from the Running Mama, I think it was Paleo Running Mama, I think that she was very specific the way that she put the recipe together, and so I think the breading itself would be better if it was done on the stovetop. And with this one, it has a lot of the same ingredients in it. But because we can't use breadcrumbs because we're paleo, it would be hard for me to really definitively know that. So, big thumbs up on this. I really like it. It's very simple. It is so quiet you would never know that it was on. And so simple. I mean, it's a lot more simple than my kasori, my kasori. A lot simpler than my multi-cooker, a lot simpler than my cuckoo. And I am finding all these gizmos and gadgets kind of fun. They take up a lot of space on your countertop, so if you have a tiny house, I think you'd kind of have to pick or choose one that you thought you'd use all the time. And because I do like to use a pressure cooker, I would probably still choose my multi-cooker over this. But if I had a lot of counter space, I could see myself using this a lot. And if I also had electricity, because we are going off grid here pretty quick. So Yay team. I'm not sure how much this costs, but I'll put it in the link in the description below. And we'll talk to you later.